Hi, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie, and my daughter's name is Alexis. I'm sure she will be popping up here at some point during this. And I'm very excited to get started on this journey. Like almost 80% of Americans and about 30% of the world, yikes, I am overweight. In fact, I am unlucky enough to be a part of the no longer few, almost 40% of Americans now, that are obese. Crazy. I'm tall, so I can hide it better than some. Sometimes, depending upon what I'm wearing. I am still fairly active, so I don't have type 2 diabetes yet. But I do have high blood pressure, and I've had that for a very long time. That is weight and diet related. I also have high cholesterol, but just barely. I've had that for a while too. That is weight and diet related. So I haven't been diagnosed with a whole bunch of crap yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on the cusp. I'm also chronically inflamed, which has been gaining some attention lately, for good reason. At least 3 out of 5 Americans are chronically inflamed. Chronic inflammation, for those of you not 100% sure on what it is, it's basically your immune system in high gear, like overdrive, like all the time. Inflammation is normal. It is our body's response to infections, injuries, toxins, but it happening all the time because we are constantly bombarding our body with toxins like we do here in America, not good. It's one of the big things that causes chronic respiratory diseases, stroke, heart diseases, cancer, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. Now, I've been on various diets on and off for about 15 years. You don't need to know all of them, although I'm sure that some of them will come up during the course of this. Suffice it to say, I am sick and tired of all the fad diets, changing views on what's good for us, and absolute mass confusion over what we should be eating. Should be easy, right? Not. And it's really getting ridiculous. But it's no wonder we're confused. We're fed such varying information that sometimes completely contradicts itself or one another. Sugar is good, bad is bad. No, fat is good, sugar is bad. Eat carbs, don't eat carbs. Okay, eat carbs, but only if they're whole grain. It's crazy, and it's enough to make you dizzy trying to keep up. And overweight, still. Enough, right? So this blog and YouTube channel is my attempt to cut through all the crap. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. I'm just someone who's gonna read a bunch of books, watch a bunch of documentaries, look at the actual studies that are being done out there, and cut through the fat and gristle to get to the good stuff, the truth. There'll be blog posts and YouTube videos reviewing the books and documentaries and such and summarizing their findings. I will also be making a page on my blog and also some YouTube videos that summarizes all my pertinent findings in one nice place, all tied up with a nice little bow. So I invite you to join me on this journey. Leave comments, email me, subscribe, of course. I want to hear from you. If you have any questions about anything I post, I will do my level best to answer them, barring the fact that I'm not an expert, of course. If you ever need someone to tell you that they've got your back, that's me, I do. And hopefully you've got mine, because we're gonna get through this together. Also, if you disagree with anything I say or post, I want to hear that too. I really do. It's only through having a completely open mind and hearing all opinions that we can have any hope at all to get to the truth. So why should you subscribe to my blog posts, my newsletter, my YouTube channel? Well, first of all, you don't have to. I mean, if you want to read all these books, watch all these documentaries, look at all the scientific studies that are being done, have at it. But if you want to save yourself a whole bunch of time, I'm your gal. Secondly, I'm going to go through this entire thing, like I said, with as open of a mind as possible. I have no set beliefs about any of this stuff that I'm going to share with you. Diets, happiness, family, lifestyle, whatever. I mean, sure, I have opinions, but I've always been the kind of person that when doing research, I come to it with as open of a mind as possible in order to absorb and let that information in. You kind of have to, otherwise it just bounces right off and you wasted your time. So a lot of people may read this stuff but not absorb it because they're so set in their beliefs. Try not to be one of those people. You'll be a lot wiser, I think. Not that I consider myself this all-wise, all-knowing being, mind you, but you will be wiser. So, tip 1. So this outlook makes me uniquely qualified to do something like this, I think, because I don't have these radical, unflinching ideas and beliefs. For example, I may have an opinion about what diet I felt best on, which was veganism. I did that for about 4 months, and it was very hard. I felt better than I had as a vegan than I had in a very long time. But here's the thing. I don't think that it was being strictly vegan that did it. I think it was all those vegetables I was eating. But that's what I'm getting at. You have to go into this with some common sense. Radical idea, I know, right? Crazy. Bonkers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at this stuff, see what it has in common with other stuff that works, and combine it to figure out what works for the most people. That's it. So if you think that this all makes sense, get well with me. Oh my God, another reason to watch this channel. Obviously, my daughter, she is so beautiful. She just brightens your day with her smile. And she can brighten yours too, just like she brightens mine if you watch this. I have a family section where I will probably share some of the journey that we took to be absolutely blessed and have this wonderful, beautiful daughter. She's adopted, so that should give you a hint right there as to what I'm going to cover. We did a bunch of IVFs, and all those IVFs were one of the reasons why my weight and happiness were fluctuating throughout the years. If any of you out there have had any kind of fertility issues, then our story should hit right at home for you. But anyway, not right now. We'll get to that later. So that brings me to one of the main reasons that I'm doing this now, is that I'm doing it for myself, obviously, but I don't want her to grow up with having the same questions about what to eat that I have had. I grew up in the...
What time shall I set your leg alarm?
What? You're setting an alarm? No. Siri, no.
Okay, I won't set it.
I grew up in the sugar is good generation. So we had sodas every day. Multiple. Anyway, not for this gal. What's this? Yeah, you know what microphone. With hi. Hi. Mommy's gonna start waving like this. You think Mommy will get a lot of reactions from people? You think so? Yeah. Oh, don't eat the microphone. Yuck. Yuck. Hi. Where's Alexis? Do you see yourself? Yes, there you are. Hi. Say hi. Mwah. 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 Oh, how did you get that off? Wow! Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I look pretty huge.